Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavat Puran, canto 2, volume 2, skanda2, chapter 6, sloka 35. So, before this, Lord Brahma has said that Lord Brahma was focusing on the Supreme Lord through meditation. But he was able to attain Supreme Lord by devotion, by true devotion. So, devotion is very important. So, what is devotion? That is, you are remembering Sri Krishna ji, you are chanting his shlokas, you are offering him every time, everything, you know, always remembering Sri Krishna ji. That is devotion. You are bowing down in front of him again and again, saying thank you, sorry. So, here Brahmaji is telling us that devotion is the most supreme among all the way of attaining Sri Krishna ji. So one by devotion can attain Sri Krishna ji. Now Shloka 35, Lord Brahmaji is saying to Narad Muni ji, I bow down to his lotus feet, which are full of auspiciousness, and those who take shelter in them are freed from the miseries of life and death. Just as the sky does not know its limits, the Supreme Lord too does not know the true extent of his own Maya. How then can others know it or imagine it also? So, very simple. Who is going to explain?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, Kritika.
Ma'am, in this shloka, Brahma is telling to Narad Muni that he bows down to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and is saying that just like the sky has no limits, so even the Supreme Lord does not know um, ex, how he does not understand how he's limitless and his glories have no end.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So see, Brahmaji is again and again bowing down in front of Supreme Lord. है ना? After few shlokas again he says that I bow down to Sri Krishna ji. So we should also learn something that we should also bow down in front of Sri Krishna ji again and again. It is not that only in the morning when you have your bath you go and bow down. This has to be done in regular intervals. Whenever you remember, keep on going down. Tapasya, what did I say now?
Ma'am, you told that whenever, like, you remember, you have to bow down to him.
Good girl. So please remember, है ना? It is a new habit which we have to incorporate in us. So it will take time. Whenever you remember, you bow down. So you will see that in a period of 10 days, you will get so much habituated that no, every few minutes or every 1 hour, you are bowing down to Sri Krishna ji. So this is a new change which we need to adapt. It will take time, but we should not give up. Now Shloka 36. Even when me or Lord Shiv or you or my sons don't know the true form of the Supreme Lord, then how could the other gods know it? We all are so much deluded by his illusion that we are not able to perceive the true reality of this universe. But we all assume that we have understood this universe well and give our comments as per the intellect we possess. Who is explaining?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, Tapasya.
So, ma'am, in this shloka, it has been told that even Brahma, Shiv ji, or Narad Muni doesn't know how does actually Lord Shri Krishna be in his true form. But then, how can the other gods know? But we have to be so thankful that you know how the universe is, and but you don't really need to know how Lord Shri Krishna's real form is.
Hmm. Very good, thank you. So we understand that Lord Brahmaji, Lord Shivji, and Narad Muniji, all are next to the Supreme Lord. That is why common public knows that these three are the gods: Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiv. But who has read Bhagavatam, who is aware of srimad Bhagavat Puran, they know that beyond them also is a divine power, there is a Supreme Lord, and he has names as Vasudev, Sri Hari, Narayan, Sri Krishna ji. Now we will move to the next sloka 37. We all sing the glories of his pastimes, which are so wonderful, but we don't know his absolute truth. I bow down to the supreme feet of that supreme Lord. See again, Lord Brahmaji is bowing down in front of the supreme Lord. When Lord Brahma, he's no one of the main gods, what we know, he is bowing down so many times. So just imagine how much we have to bow down. Okay, Shravan, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So in this shloka, ma'am, it's been said that um, Lord Brahma himself is bowing down to Lord Shri Krishna so many times. We should also do the same thing and bow down even more to him. He is bowing down because he does not understand how Lord Shri Krishna manages this full universe by himself.
Thank you, Shravan. Now, Shloka 38. He is unborn and he is the Supreme Personality. At the start of every kalpa, he creates within himself every universe, then sustains it and then dissolves it. Okay, Dhriti is explaining.
So, in this shloka, Lord Shri Krishna is telling that, Lord Brahma is telling that at the beginning of every kalpa, Shri Krishna creates everything inside him for every universe, then sustains it, and then destroys it himself.
Thank you. Now, Shloka 39. He is pure. His absolute consciousness is uniformly present in the inner self of all. He is true and perfect. He has no beginning or end and is without any gunas. He is eternal and he is unique. Who is going to explain? Kritika, your turn, I think.
Yes, ma'am. So in this shloka, Brahma is praising Shri Krishna by saying he is eternal, he's unique, he's unborn, he has no beginning, there is no end, and uh, it that none of the demigods nor himself understand how understand his real form.
Thank you. Shloka 40. Hey Narad ji, when the great souls lay to the rest their conscience, their senses and their bodies, that time they are able to behold the Supreme Lord. But when any person with wickedness or falseness in their minds try to behold Supreme Lord, he is not visible to them. Tapasya, your turn. You're mute.
Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this is shloka 38, right?
40.
Oh, sorry. So, ma'am, in this shloka, it has been told that just like the previous shlokas, yes, ma'am. Just like the previous shlokas, like every like you should remember when you have to whenever you remember you have to bow down, but uh, but since in um, since Lord Shri Krishna is unborn, he can ma'am.
No, This is not the meaning of 40. What you are saying is correct, but it is not the 40 shloka meaning.
Okay, ma'am. Can I tell 41?
Why are you so distracted? You're a good girl. Triti तुझं है? Okay, so basically in shloka 40, what Lord Brahmaji is saying that when the great soul, who are the great soul? The great, no, who have attained the Brahma level. When they rest, when they lay down to rest, that means when they are leaving their body, है ना, their senses, their bodies, that time they are able to behold Supreme Lord. That means their soul is going and merging with the Supreme Lord. But any person with wickedness or falseness try to behold the Supreme Lord during their death, they are not able to do it because Supreme Lord is not visible to them. Okay, this is what been told in Shloka 40.
Okay, now can I explain?
Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, it has been told that people who have been in the Brahma level, to the supreme level, when they lay down to death, their soul and the senses merge with Lord Sri Krishna. But for normal human beings who doesn't even remember Lord Sri Krishna during the time of death, their soul doesn't even merge with him.
Thank you. Now Shloka 41. Shravan, your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
The first manifestation of the Supreme Lord is his cosmic or universal or Virat form. So, his first manifestation. Besides that, time, Swabhav. What is Swabhav? The inner character. Action in the form of cause and effect, the mind, the five gross elements, the ego, the three gunas, the senses, the universal body, and all the movable bodies, unmovable bodies, are all the manifestations of the endless Supreme Lord. Did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
able to understand? So Lord Brahmaji is saying
Yes,
first
ma'am.
manifestation and then later everywhere Sri Krishna Ji's manifestation. Come on, Shravan.
Yes, ma'am. So in this shloka, Brahmaji is saying that um, his Lord Shri Krishna's first form was the Virat Roop, and then he later became the mind, the actions of the mind, the thoughts of the mind, and the five gross elements of the body.
Very good, Shravan. Thank you. So he is there everywhere in our senses, in our ego, in the three gunas, the nature, the universal bodies, the movable bodies, and the unmovable bodies. So, what is unmovable body? Plants, trees, the earth, ocean, they cannot move, they are there. What is movable? We are movable, humans, animals, birds, aquatic animals, right? So basically, Lord Brahmaji is saying everywhere is Shri Krishna. Now, Shloka 42. Myself, that is Lord Brahmaji, Lord Shivji, Lord Vishnuji, the gods of creation like Daksha and others, yourself and other devotees like you, the protectors of heaven, the guardians of the birds, the rulers of the mortal worlds, the protector of the lower worlds, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadhars, the leaders of the Yakshas, the demons, the serpents and the Nagas, the foremost among the sages, the departed souls, rulers of the demons, the Lord of the realized soul, the kings of the monsters, the spirits, the ghosts, etc. Aquatic creatures, birds, animals, the lords of the animals. Apart from this, all the things in this world that are full of wonder, glory, vigor, resolute, physical strength, and forgiveness, and whatever is processed in splendor, shyness, glory, and all those things which are extraordinary, beautiful, and even formless. All are the different forms of the Supreme Lord, who is the Supreme Absolute Truth. So basically everything is covered, you know, from Supreme God to till Brahmaji has told in the earth, we humans, animals, birds, everything is nothing but the form of Supreme Lord. है ना? So he has mentioned all the names. Basically, Brahmaji has mentioned each and every name. He has tried to mention, cover everyone in this shloka. So this is 42 to 44. Reet is trying to explain.
So in this shloka, Lord Brahmana is saying that everything, like the ghosts, spirits, heaven, like everything, birds, plants, and then the glorious things, the beautiful things, and the other things, all of them are Lord Shri Krishna. So Lord Brahma is just trying to say that.
All the gods, all the gods also. So everything, basically, everything is cover is the form of Sri Krishna ji. We are coming from Sri Krishna ji, right? So see, no, like basically, Bhagavatam is like the glories of Sri Krishna ji. So everybody is explaining in their own way. You know? Like before this, Sukdev ji was explaining. Now Lord Brahma ji is explaining. So Lord Brahma ji also said that we all sing the glories according to our intellect. Remember, before this shloka, Brahmaji has said that we don't know exact Maya or the illusion of the Supreme Lord, but still we sing the glories according to our intellect. So same way, Sukdevji has said according to their intellect. Now Lord Brahmaji is saying according to his intellect. Now the last shloka, 45. Many rich stories and glories of the Supreme Lord have been described in different scriptures. I shall narrate those glories to you. These stories are very nice to hear and also have the power to remove all the sins. Hence, please listen carefully and relish these stories. Who's turn? Kritika?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so in this shloka, Brahma is telling to Narada that now he'll recite glories of the Lord which have been mentioned in various scriptures, and that these stories have the power to remove all sins. So he's asking him to listen to it carefully.
Yes, thank you. And I would
Thank you.
request you all sit in your living room so that everybody in your house can listen to this and get benefited of it, right? And even all the living things, movable or immovable things in your house also get the benefit. So whoever ears it goes into, everyone will be benefited. The percentage we don't know, that will be decided by the Supreme One. But we can try. We should always try so that it should not just only our personal benefit. The, the benefit should be at a large scale. You should try to benefit to more people or more living beings. So thus ends the sixth discourse in Book 2 of the great and glorious Bhagavat Puran, otherwise known as Paramaharsa Samhita. Now starts chapter 7, canto 2, the stories of the Leela avatar of the Supreme Lord. And हिंदी में था भगवान के लीला अवतारों की कथा. Now that means all the different Leela or the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Now Brahmaji is saying, this is the first shloka. At the time of dissolution, when the earth was getting drowned in the ocean, the Supreme Lord took the incarnation of a bear, that is Vara Avatar, to save the earth. That time the demon Hiranyakashipu appeared to fight this bear. Lord Vara immediately tore him to pieces with his tusk. So this is shloka 1. Hirana, Hirana Yaksha. Hirana Yaksha. Whose turn? Reet is
So
explaining.
in this shloka, Lord Brahma is saying that when the earth, in the starting, when the earth was drowning in the ocean, Lord Lord Shri Krishna took the avatar of a boar, and he was Lord Vara. So when Hiranya Yaksha was coming to fight earth, fight
Fight with
fight with the boar like Lord Vara. Lord Vara immediately tore Hiranya Yaksha into pieces with his tusks.
Thank you, very good. Now shloka 2. Thereafter the same Supreme Lord took birth to the couple of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. Then he was married to Dakshina and gave birth to deities like Suyam and others, who then protected all the three worlds from different types of troubles. Due to this, the Manu named Swayambhuva called the Supreme Lord as Hari. So this is the next avatar or the incarnation. Tapasya, I think your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, in this shloka, when Lord Sri Krishna was born to the family of Parjapati, uh, uh, and
Prajapati Ruchi
Ruchi, um,
and his wife
and
Akuti.
his wife Akuti, uh,
When
uh,
he got married,
yes, ma'am, when he got married to ma'am, who, ma'am?
read over there, it is written
Uh,
Dakshina.
yes, ma'am, Dakshina. Um, when he was married to her, everybody thought that how who will rule the upper, lower, and intermediate, uh, all the three worlds. So so Manu, a mankind called Manu, Swayam Bhuva, called Sri Krishna as Hari.
Very good, thank you. So, even they gave birth to deities like Suyam and others to protect the three worlds. Na, thank you. Kindly focus. It is very interesting because it is talking about the different incarnation of Sri Krishna ji, which is not very famous. Na? All these are not very famous, but it is the incarnation. Shravan, next is your turn. Shloka 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey Naradji. Then Supreme Lord took birth as the avatar called by the name Kapil to the Prajapati Kartam and his wife Devhuti. He had 9 sisters. The Lord made her mother realize the supreme self knowledge, due to which she attained to Lord Kapil. After renouncing all her attachments with the material world and the different modes of gunas. Yes, Ravan, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So in this sloka, uh, in this sloka, Brahma is telling to Naradji about uh, um, the next avatar of Lord Shri Krishna, that is Kapil. Kapil, since he was an avatar of Lord Shri Krishna, he told his mother about uh, uh, all the ways you can attain moksha. Um, by and so by self-realization, uh, his mother also attained Lord Shri Krishna.
Thank you. So Kapil avatar was been took in the Prajapati Kardam and his wife Devahuti, and he had 9 sisters. Okay, now next shloka 4, Dritiya. The great sage Atri wanted to have the Supreme Lord as his son. The Supreme Lord was finally impressed by the sage Atri and told him, I hereby offer myself to you. Then, when the Supreme Lord took birth to the sage Atri and his wife Anasuya, he knows as Dattatreya, because Datta means gift or giver in Sanskrit. So, Atri and Anasuya and Shri Krishna ji born as Dattatreya. Kings like Yadu and many other Haihaya dynasty kings, accomplished master in yoga, and even attained to liberation due to the grace of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Now, Dhriti is
Mom,
So in this,
Huh?
mom, I have to leave now, mom. Can I watch the recording later, mom? Because I'm out of station now.
Okay, okay, Shravan. Bye. Take care. Thank
Yes,
you.
mom.
so in this shloka, Lord Brahma is telling that after that, then Rishi Atri was trying to request God to come in the form of his son. So finally, the Supreme Lord was pleased, and then he took birth on earth as a son, and Atri's wife was Anusuya, and they named the Supreme Lord Dattatreya. And at that time, many great dynasties like Yadu, they attained renunciation and liberation because of the grace of Supreme Lord.
Thank you. Now, shloka 5. Kritika, your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey Naradji, at the beginning of the creation, I performed austerity and penance so that I can create this universe with different worlds. As the Supreme Lord was impressed by my austerity, the Supreme Lord appeared as the 4 brothers. The 4 brothers are the Sanka rishis. Sanka, Sanat Kumar, Sanandana, and Sanatan. Sanatan. So the Sanka rishis are the 4 brothers, and it is Sri Krishna ji himself in the form of the 4 brothers. All their names contains the term Sana, which means austerity. In this avatar, the Supreme Lord restored the memories and the knowledge of the absolute truth that was lost among all the supreme sages at the end of the first kalpa. So, after the first kalpa, these 4 brothers have come into existence, and they restored all the lost knowledge of the absolute truth. Kritika, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So in this shloka, Brahma is telling that when he had to again create during the second kalpa, and most of the knowledge of the great sages was lost during at the end of the first kalpa. So that time, Brahma prayed to Sri Krishna. Then he came in the form of 4 sages, Sanat Kumara, Sanaka, Sanananda, and Sanatana, and in and they all helped all the sages regain the knowledge which was lost during the at the end of the first kalpa.
Thank you. Shloka 6. Tapasya, your turn. Shloka 6. Thereafter, the Supreme Lord took birth to Dharma and his wife Murti. She was also the daughter of Daksha. The Supreme Lord took the avatar as Nar Narayan. In this avatar, the Supreme Lord performed lot of austerity. Indra even tried to disturb the austerity of the Supreme Lord, by sending many beautiful maidens from the heaven, but it was all in vain. As soon as the ladies reached there, they forget why they had even come to that place. Such was the power of his penance and austerity. So Lord Indra was scared of Narnarayanji that he will become powerful, or he will take his dynasty from Lord Indra. But Narnarayanji's intentions were something else. He just wanted to build more austerity among the humans. Come on, your turn, Tapasya.
So in this look, it has been told that when when Lord Sri Krishna appeared in the form of Nar Narayan, uh, uh, um and uh, and his mother's name was Murti. Uh, the wife of Dharma and the daughter of Daksha. Lord Indra sent celestial maids, beautiful maids, to distract the penance. But all of them, whenever the maidens go there, they forget for what they came, and that powerful was his penance.
Thank you. Shloka 7. Read. Pious souls like Lord Shiv may burn down the god of love with their anger look, but they cannot burn anger. Even such anger is afraid to enter the pure heart of the divine sages, Nara and Narayan. How then could desires even penetrate their mind? So, what Lord Brahmaji is saying, that Lord Shiv is famous for his anger, right? He gets anger a lot. So here Brahmaji is saying that just by the anger look, Lord Shiv can burn down the god of love. Okay? Lord Shiv with his anger look can burn down the god of love, but his anger cannot even enter the pure heart of the divine sage Nar Narayan. Why? Because Nar Narayan ji was very, no, his austerity and penance was very high. His focus of mind was very high. Now Reet is explaining.
So in this shloka, Lord Brahma is saying that like by his Lord Shiva's anger look, he can burn down Lord the god of love, but but he cannot even enter the pure soul of Nar Narayan, because he is Narnayan
Narayan.
Nar, Narayan is very pure.
Hmm. Very pure. Correct.
That's why.
He was very focused. He was pure. His devotion was too high. Now Shloka 8. Kritika, your turn. Hurt and devastated by the ill words of his stepmother Suruchi, Dhruv, the 5-year-old boy, the son of the king Uttanapad, took himself to the woods to practice austerity and penance. Pleased with the devotion of the child, the Supreme Lord blessed him an eternal abode, the Dhruv star. This star is worshipped even now by all the great sages of all the worlds. So this is very famous and it's very easy peasy. Kritika.
Yes, ma'am. So after Prince Dhruva was insulted when he was a young child by his stepmother, so then he felt very bad and he went into the forest and meditated upon the Supreme Lord. So that once Shri Krishna was satisfied by his penance, he blessed him with an abode, with an eternal abode. which is the Dhruva star. So that star is worshipped by great sages even today.
Very good. Now Shloka 9. Tapasya, your turn. King Vane lost his power and fortune by the wrath of the Brahmanas curse, and he was about to descend into hell. When many sages prayed to the Supreme Lord, he appeared in the form of King Ven's son Prithu and rescued Ven by churning his body. The Supreme Lord thus evolved the title of Putra, that is a son. Putra means to save someone from going to hell. So Putra means this also, to save someone from going to hell. In this very avatar, the Supreme Lord made the earth as a cow and milked it to produce all types of foods and medicines for the welfare of the entire earth.
Yes, yes. In this shloka it has been told that since uh, since the king Vina got a curse from the Brahmanas that he will be burned down to hell, that time his son Prithu came and helped King Veena from going from the hell by churning his body. Uh, since um, since Putra also means that saving somebody from going to hell, so it has told that um, yes, so it has told that um, since since this curse is given, he rescued his father.
Ah. So he got the title as Putra. है ना? So we
Yes.
know the Putra meaning as son. Here it has been said that Putra means one who saves someone from going to hell.
Okay.
Now Shloka 10. He was further born to King Nabhi and his wife Sudevi as Rishabdev. In this avatar, he completely renounced all attachments and thoroughly focused his mind and senses established in his true self. Regarding everything with the same eye, he practiced uninterrupted meditation and yoga. This state has been described by great sages as the state of Paramahamsa, that is, Supreme Swan. Who understood this shloka?
Understood now?
देख लेना.
So in this shloka, it is been told that so he then took birth to the king Nabi and his wife named Sudevi, and in this avatar, he was doing renunciation and he completely focused on his true self and performed yoga and penance. And the great sages call this state as Paramahamsa.
Thank you. So we will do till shloka 10. So any doubts?
No.